to Flex Candle, where we read the candles and flex the moves. I'm Flex, and today we're diving into a full top-down analysis on Bitcoin. We're going to start from the higher time frames, work our way down to the lower time frames, and check to see if we find any good setups. Now remember, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. You're responsible for your own trades. Always do your own research and trade at your own risk. All right, guys, let's hop into the chart. It's currently 6:46 p.m. Eastern time. The daily candle closes at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Is going to be very important. Starting off here with the weekly, and on the weekly, the stochastics are toppy. They're starting to look like they want to roll over. We're still far away from the 21-day moving average, which is currently at 94,430, and we kind of have an indecisive candle right now. Of course, we still have approximately 5 days before this closes, so let's see what's happening with that. Let's take a quick look at the 3-day. The stochastics are on the way down. We had a big red engulfing candle 2 candles ago. The last candle was green, didn't do much. We're still indecisive. 21-day moving average is at 96,885. It looks like we could go and test that. We take a look at the 2-day. The stochastics are lower. They're getting down there, but they still have to curve before they go up. Something that's bullish is that we are above the 21-day moving average, and we haven't really broke below that, so that's still pretty bullish to me. Now on the daily chart, the stochastics are low. They look to come back up. Again, they could roll over like they did here. They could roll over like they did here, but this gives us some hope that maybe we are on the way up. What's bearish here is that we are still below the 21-day moving average. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles that have closed below the 21-day moving average, and currently we're indecisive for the day. So this is going to be very important how we close this. We need to get above the 21-day moving average as soon as possible, and that's currently at 106,470, and right now Bitcoin is at 105,886. So we're not too far. If we don't close today, we have to try to close tomorrow, because if not, this is a bear flag. This is the pole, this is the flag, and the measured move will bring us down to the 50-day moving average, which is currently at 99,449. And I kind of have a feeling that we might be touching the 50-day moving average before we blast up. What's giving me confidence is that we have a golden cross here, and I do feel that with this golden cross, which is the 50-day moving average crossing the 200-day moving average, would keep us bullish enough to go up, especially with the stochastics being low. So if we do hit the 50-day moving average, I do expect this to bounce up from there. Take a look at the 22-hour chart. We see that the stochastics are on the way up, so this is giving me confidence down the daily we're going to continue to go up, but we are below the 21-day moving average, so this is still bearish for me. We head over to the 4-hour chart now. Now in the 4-hour chart, I have this in a falling wedge that would break us out close to 114,000, and currently, as you can see, we have 3 candles above the 21-day moving average, which is bullish, and above this pattern. So we are starting to break out. I was telling you guys for a couple days that it looks like we're going to go towards the 50-day moving average, and that's exactly what we did. This is actually where we rejected from. So we still have about an hour before this candle closes. If we could get above the 50-day moving average, then that gives me more confidence that we could continue going up higher. The only thing is that the stochastics are getting a little toppy here. They could drag here for a little bit, but hopefully we could break through these averages before we come back down. We take a look at the 1-hour chart. We still have not been able to come above the 200-day moving average, and we're barely above the 21-day moving average still here. Stochastics are on the way down. So frankly, until we do not get above the 200 and the 21-day moving average like comfortably on the 1 hour, I could still see some bearish things happening for Bitcoin. So we have to get above this. We take a look at the 15-minute chart. We are above the 200-day moving average, but we're struggling with the 21-day moving average. We have not been able to stay above. Here we were above for a little bit. We lost it for a while, came back up here, still we lost it, and we have to be able to make a strong move and stay above in order to stay bullish. As long as we don't lose the 200-day moving average on the 4-hour, which is currently at 103,692, I remain bullish for Bitcoin. If we break that, then I do have to get bearish. So overall, what I'm seeing is still seeing Bitcoin going sideways all the way from 103,000 to 110,000. For me to get really bullish on Bitcoin, we would have to do this whole measured move of this falling wedge, which is close to 114,000, and that would give us an all-time high. If not, we have to maintain 103,000. We lose that, we're going to test 100,000, and we can't maintain that. We're going to be going into the 97Ks, 98Ks, and possibly lower. All right, guys, that's the breakdown. If this gave you clarity or a setup to watch, do me a favor, like, drop a comment, and subscribe. And if you have a stock or crypto you want me to go over, drop it in the comment section. This is Flex Candle, where we read the candles and flex the moves. Catch you on the next chart.